where I answer your questions with my answers. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to open up YouTube Studio so I can see your questions better, and then I'll be able to answer them. And we're going to start the show like we normally do, right at noon Pacific time here in California. And Los Angeles time, wherever you are in your area. So I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping, and I'll be right with you. So what I'm going to do is sign into the YouTube Studio. Here we go. I'm going to go inside my stream. I'm going to change the name. Okay, great. We're working already. I'm going to edit the name for today. All right, there we go. Let's save that. So we're all set up. Everything works smooth. I think I'll put YouTube Studio over here. Let's try something a little bit different today. We'll put YouTube Studio over here. And we're going to break out the chat. Where is it? Pop out chat. And I'll put that over here on the whole page. That way I can see it better. And I haven't done that before. Popped out, restore chat. So I should have you guys over here. Don't want any AI mode. So the chat appears to be working vertical. And thanks for joining me. We're going to be going live and probably we're already live now, but we're going to be focusing on you guys in about 5 minutes. Let me see if I can fix this. I got a really bad glare coming from the sun. Let's see where that's coming from. Oh, right about here. Let's see if I can do something with that. That's a little better, but it must be, or I might just move my setup here. Let's see. No, the sun is hitting me really hard from this window today for some reason. Let's see. That's not much better, so it must be coming. I can't tell where it's coming from. Let's see. Is it all the way back here? That's weird. Oh yeah, that's a little better. No, not much. Let's see if I open this. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. What if I do this? No. What if I do this? Yes, there we go. I knew I'd figure it out. See a little bit of the room. Welcome, welcome. Just setting up for the live Sunday Q&A. Thanks for stopping by. No, I'm not in Africa. I'm in California. Actually, Pasadena, California. Hello, hello. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Justin. Thank you. Flames 12, thanks for stopping by. We'll be going on with you guys. I have a few more minutes. Let's see. Oh, got about 2 minutes. Let me jump up and grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for joining me, hanging in there. Just making some final adjustments before I go live. And should be any moment now. I usually like to start right at 2 minutes. I usually like to start right at noon. So I will be consistent. I don't like to be late, and I don't like to start before people get here. I want to try to be as on schedule as possible. I'm going to adjust this so that when I move my chair, I won't bump into the tripod. So yes, thanks for coming by. I was working on something, just a little pre-show. I was working on something and almost got sidetracked. Luckily, I had remembered when I came down early to set my alarm. And so I was able to set my alarm up, and I was able to meet you guys right here on time. 1 minute, and I will start. Thanks for coming early. I appreciate it. You guys get to see the behind the scenes. I always start a little bit early because you never know when something's going to go wrong. Like today, what I had wrong was the sun. I love using natural light. So I'm lucky enough I have a window right above my edit station. So I can use natural light when it's a nice day to light my whole scene. I don't have to use artificial light. And I love that. So what I'm going to do is get started right now. I think this must be my time. Yeah, I got noon here. So good morning. Good morning, everyone. Afternoon, actually. Welcome to Sunday Live, where I answer your questions. What I talk about is acting, directing, and editing. My name is James Adam Tucker. I've been doing this for over 35 years, so I'm old. It's safe to say I'm old, and I have a lot of experience in this field, acting, directing, and editing. So I love to share it. I'm going to keep my eye over here. Someone says, Mr. Muscles, can I work with you? Yes, yes. Who's this has a question right here? JJ Joel, I'm sorry I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but it says JJALL. Hello, Larry Hayes. Hello. If you have a question, just go right ahead and type it in, and I'll see if I can answer it. And if not, I will lead you to the right direction for that answer. Is it possible for you? Oh, thank you. Is it possible for me to be any more handsome? Well, thanks for saying that. As you get old, you get rugged, as they like to say. So that's where I'm at now. I still go out on auditions. I still go out on a lot of auditions, and now I go out for the older characters. Larry Hayes. This is I talk about acting, directing, and editing. I've been an actor for over 35 years. I've been a film director for over 30, and I've been doing editing for even longer than that. So I still have editing clients I work with. I'm still an actor. You can look me up on Internet Movie Database, or if you go to my channel in the link below, you'll see links to my Internet Movie Database page and all the films that I've been in. I've been on a lot of films and television, union jobs. I'm a SAG actor, character actor, as I like to say. Been doing it for over 35 years, still loving it and still struggling at it. And that's one reason I'm here on YouTube, because I love to share my knowledge about this business. A lot of people always ask me, some people will send me emails, some people will send me texts, ask me about the entertainment business once they find out I'm an actor, and they look up some of the stuff I've done, and I have a lot of advice. And one thing that I always love to say, I am not afraid to tell you what not to do, the mistakes that I've made. And boy, have I made a lot of them over the years. So I love to share those mistakes so that you guys can avoid them. So that's part of the thing that I talk about here, acting, directing, and editing. And I talk about the things that I've done that I'm proud of, and also talk about things that I've done that didn't turn out so good. Things that I've done that, some films I made didn't turn out so well, acting roles, auditions I blew, I tell you the truth. That's what I do. I tell you the truth. I don't sugarcoat it. Let's see what we got here. Thank you. My English is good. Thank you. Oh, don't feel sad that you're becoming 40. 40 brings you experience. I remember when I was 40, I thought that it was going to be over with. Didn't realize I was going to live this long. And so I still have energy. I still continue to have ideas, and I work towards those ideas. You never want to give up. You never want to give up. If you're working towards a dream in this field of creativity, you always have something new that you can bring. So that's one of the ways, I get down. I'm not going to lie. I get down sometimes too. And I think about, you reminisce about what you should have done. I should have did this. I should have done that. But that's not productive. Look forward, but also look back and learn from what you did wrong and what you did right. That's what I love to share here on YouTube. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking here to see if I see any questions here. Yeah. Any questions about acting, directing, or editing? Those are my specialty. I can answer other questions. I'm not a psychologist, but I have common sense. And that's one of the things I love about being here on YouTube. You can answer questions with common sense. You can answer questions and be open about it. I don't have here on YouTube, well, YouTube itself, certain things, you can't do, you can't say, but all my stuff is common knowledge that I will answer to the best of my ability. So that's why I'm here. Let's take a look over here. Again, Jerome L., hello, I'm talking about acting, directing, and editing. Those are the questions I answer. I come here every Sunday, and I get a lot of emails during the week. And so sometimes I come on and answer the emails, but I answer the emails by email most of the time, because some people don't like to come on the live stream or they're not available. But you guys that are available, I love to get on here and talk about anything related to acting, directing, and editing. So let me take a look at the questions. Okay, just a few people playing around, but I don't mind that. Everybody's welcome. Everybody is welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what I just was working on before I jumped on here. I mentioned that I was an actor. Now, yesterday, I came up with an idea. Someone had saw an old episode of a television show I was on. It was a show called Hunter. Now, a lot of you people are probably young. You probably don't remember Hunter, but it was one of those cop shows from the early 90s. And when I moved out to Los Angeles, that was one of the first big roles that I got. Hunter. I played a bad guy. I recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact, I created a video reminiscing and showing the clip and talking about my time working on that one episode. It was one day, one episode. We had a rehearsal, wardrobe fitting, all that kind of stuff. And you can go to my channel and you can see the episode I put up. It talks about working with the main actor's name was Fred Dreyer. And he's still alive, as a matter of fact. I looked him up. He's about in his 90s now. He doesn't probably do any more acting anymore. But I tell my story about working with him that day on the set, working with his partner. The show was about, it was two characters, Dee Dee and Fred, Dee Dee and Hunter. So you can take a look at that video. It's on my channel. I appreciate that. And, here's a question. Will AI replace actors? No time soon. I have been working with AI since it started getting really popular, 2 years ago, when they could create these characters. And I made a video on my channel about the frustrations and the aggravations of working with AI. Now, I still have it now. So I don't think it's going to be no time soon that AI is going to replace actors. Now, in the future, I don't know how long. I think what's going to happen first is that the lead actors are going to be humans, and maybe the character actors will be AI. And that's unfortunately for me, that's what I am. I'm a character actor. So I think they might be able to maybe, I'm just guessing, projecting into the future. I would say maybe 3 or 4, 5 years from now, they might start putting in more AI character actors. They're not going to start right out with the main lead actors. But I think ultimately down the line, maybe before 10 years, most of the programming will be AI actors because they do look believable. But the main problem with it right now is that they don't have character consistency. Like, you can't completely control AI. So you'll ask it to do something to create a character, and you want this character to walk across the street and pick up a newspaper and buy a coffee. Sometimes the character will walk the wrong way. Sometimes the character will go buy the coffee first, then the newspaper. So AI is good. It's coming along. We have a glimpse into the future of what this is going to be. And ultimately, it probably will replace actors. It depends on the public. I think the ability to replace actors is going to come along before the acceptance of the public to watch a movie with all AI actors. Even earlier, we've had the CG, character generation actors, where they did the whole feature film, and it still looks kind of cartoony, kind of like a video game. Most people who aren't gamers won't accept that, aren't willing to accept a complete AI movie yet. But I think ultimately it's going to happen. But again, my idea is that my vision is that they're going to replace the small actors and the background actors, and they're going to keep the big stars. And ultimately, the big stars will start disappearing, and the AI actors will become the stars. But I don't think there's ever going to be a world or a place where there are no human actors. I don't think that's going to happen. I think all the actors, maybe in the background, smaller actors, will be replaced by AI, and the public will start to accept it. And the film producers, mainly the producers, where they can save money on the AI actors. So they'll have more and more AI actors little by little. But I don't think there's going to be a world where no film has real humans in it. It might be specialty. Those films might be more expensive to see. Obviously, they're going to be more expensive to make. But I hope that it never comes to it where films have no humans in them. But I have to be honest, that might happen. That might happen. But I don't foresee it happen within 10 years from now. So we'll see how that comes. Let's see if we have any other questions. Yes, I've seen Tilly. Very interesting. Very realistic. But you can still see something. You can still see something. Her eyes, if you look at her eyes, they have that dead shark look. The eyes really tell it. The eyes really tell it. And the skin. Look at all the flaws on my face. A lot of times they don't have as many flaws as a normal human has. The marks on my face, the bridge of my nose, my flaws on my head, everywhere. Humans have flaws. Now they can put that on like Tilly, but you can still tell. And the movement, it's not smooth, it's not natural, it's not completely natural. And actually, a lot of the women actors and the men actors, AI actors, are too perfect. There's just, you can just look at them. If you look closely, you can see they're just too perfect. Not a hair out of place, not anything, not an eyebrow out of place. That's the thing they would need to start working on, adding in the human imperfections that we naturally have. That's one where they're weak. They're working on it. But again, I still feel confident in my future cast that we won't disappear as actors on the screen for 10 years. And what's going to be a big thing about that is the public has to accept it. The public has to be willing to go to a movie and it's all like a cartoon. It's AI, it looks like humans, but it's all a cartoon. Like, people do accept, they go to cartoon movies all the time. Some of the biggest hits are these cartoon movies. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. And I just don't think that we as a people, even if the technology is there, we as humans won't go for it. But ultimately, we probably will. Ultimately, honestly, we probably will. If that's all they make us, if that's all the stories are told with. Because again, I have a bunch of videos on my channel that I talk about AI. Go there and look at some of them from a filmmaking perspective. Again, I talk about acting, directing, and editing. And AI can help us in all of those fields. I use it. I use it every day. And I'll be honest, I use it every day. I use ChatGPT every day. It's like an assistant. It's like a personal assistant. I come up with an idea, and I bounce it off of ChatGPT, and then I polish that idea. And no, I don't like that. Try this. So it's like an assistant. And I have the paid version. And I can't get an assistant as smart as ChatGPT is for $20 a month. So, and I'm hooked on it. So I'm here with it. I like it. I use it. I'm for it. And like I said, the questions you're asking me about AI, will it take over all the acting jobs? Ultimately, it probably will. But the viewing public has to be the ones that will make that final decision. And they're going to vote with their dollars. They're going to vote with going to the movie. They're going to vote with watching the shows. Will you watch a television series? I'm watching a television series now, a horror series on Netflix about Ed Gein, the crazy serial killer. But it's all humans. You know, there's some CG in their character generation, and that supplements the movie. But all the actors are still humans. And, you know, if that time does happen, I have to look at myself and think, okay, will I accept it? I did see something on Netflix, one of their, I think the show was called Sex, Lies, and Robots or something like that. And but they did have a really strong episode that I really liked. I actually watched it a couple of times. Beyond the Aqua Drift or something like that. And it was about space. It was about this lost astronaut and in space. And the characters were all CG. But what they did was, I found out they put CG, character generation, and artificial intelligence over top of the actors. So there were real actors that were based directly on real actors and actresses. And they put the character generation, I guess it was created by artificial intelligence, over top of the actor. So it wasn't like, you know, there was no actor connected to it, because the actors did the scenes and then they enhanced it. So that's why it looked so good. But it was still like the artificial intelligence characters that we see now. Again, there's just something about them when you really look at them and you're trying to figure out, is this AI or is this not? A funny thing happened the other day. Some comment someone gave me, they said, is this guy real or is he AI? No, I'm 100% real. I have all the flaws to prove it. Let's see what else we have here. No, I would say definitely. It's a great question. Jerome, thank you for that. Yes, continue to pursue a career in acting, directing, editing, filmmaking, because there's always going to be independent productions. They're not going to be able to shut down independent productions. Now, the studios might move to artificial intelligent actors before the general filmmaker does, because the general filmmaker is not going to have access to the high-end tools that the studios have. So yes, I definitely say continue to pursue your career. If that's something that you're interested in, there's going to be avenues for you to work. But learn the AI tools. Now learn the AI tools. I've done a number of videos on that. Don't be afraid of the AI tools. Don't let that stop you from pursuing a career that you want to. Embrace the tools. Learn the tools. Have those in your toolbox. Still learn the basics of directing. Still learn the basics of acting. Still learn the basics of editing. I always tell people to learn those basics first and then expand on it. And part of the basics now are artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is just another tool. So don't think it's going to come right in and you know, everybody's going to be kicked out of this industry. You know, if you're in school, if you're in high school, if you're in college, still learn the basics and embrace all these high-tech tools, because the more you know, the more valuable you're going to be as an employee. So you can get into the big studios, because to tell you the truth is, all the artificial intelligence companies are giving that information away. So if you're in a traditional college right now, or you're in high school, boy, if you were in high school, I wish I was in high school right now. I would be learning everything I could, and I still have the creative desire that I have now, or that I had when I was young. I would be learning everything I can about all the artificial intelligence tools that will enhance, listen to me, will enhance the skills that you already have and will help you build upon the new skills. So your skills, your basic skills are going to be there. Your creativity is going to be there. The way you as a human dream up the characters, the way you as a human dream up these stories. Write your scripts down. The beauty of it is that you can write your script in a loose format. You know, you can dictate your script and then have artificial intelligence put it in proper screenplay format. Don't have it write it for you. We want your ideas. We want human ideas. We want to see that life in the characters, that life in the story. So your human ideas are valuable. Artificial intelligence cannot take that away from you, but you need to embrace it. Don't ignore it. Don't fight it. When I was younger and computers first started coming out, A lot of older people, people my age, they actually fought. They actually fought computers. They were afraid, so they fought it. They refused. They refused to to use computers. I even knew some people high up in government, city government, national government, who wouldn't use email, refused to use email, refused to use texts. They actively fought the new technology. Don't be like that, because you can't stop it. You have to embrace it. You have to learn it. You have to work with it. Again, it's a tool. It is a tool. Okay, I get on my soapbox there, but let me look over here. How is the, should young people pursue? Yes, I just, yes, I did. Jerome, you got some great questions for me. I did see that movie with Megan Fox as the servant, AI servant. That was pretty good. It's been years since she was in a movie that good, and I was surprised by her performance. She was very realistic as the robot, and I think she did a good job. I think the movie would have got a wider appeal, but her star value is not as big as it used to be. But she did do a good job, and I hope for her as an actress that will let bigger producers see her again. She made some mistakes as an actress over the years. I'm not going to get into her personal stuff because I don't know about it that good, and I don't know her personally. But she made some mistakes as far as disagreements in the press. You never try to fight. You never try to have a fight with the industry in the public. If you are a star and you have some relative power, you need to pick up the phone or have your agent or manager pick up the phone. You don't go to the press. You don't have a fight in the press. That's unprofessional. But anyway, I hope I hope she's able to make a good comeback, because yeah, I did see that movie and I like what she did. They could probably make a part 2 of that with her. Well, no, I wouldn't say. Who's this Stream Panda? Yeah, you know what? That's funny that you said that, because sometimes I say that. I'm not going to get into. I don't talk anything about politics here, but I sometimes have that feeling too, where the world is not going forward, the world's going backwards. That's more on a personal level. I have that feeling too, but not with technology. Technology is definitely going forward. Technology is definitely, and that's why I tell all you young people out here, mostly all of you guys on here today listening to me are young. Take some time. Set some time aside every day to learn something about this new technology. And the beauty of it is that it's free. You can learn all of this. You can learn all of that content for free. The creators have, they have the manual there, but they also have deep dive manuals. You have to dig for them. You can actually use ChatGPT to find the deep dive manuals for whatever software you want to learn, and learn as much about it as you can. I'm now starting to see some classes pop up, but we're still at the early stage where if you're interested in a software program, they're giving that content away. They're giving the instruction manuals away. You just have to read it. You just have to take that time and be dedicated and position yourself as an expert. And all that information is there. It's there for the taking, because the companies want users. They want users. And the only way they're going to get users is by giving the information away, how their software works, how you can use it. I'm not talking about being a programmer behind the scenes. I'm talking about the frontline users. That's what's important for most people. I'm not a software programmer, so I don't have there's no way I could be a software programmer. But I'm a front end user. And every time a new version comes out, I go poke around a little bit and see what it can do, what it can't do. I'm still not that impressed with the character repeatability. And one thing that really frustrates me, I'm going to look at this next question coming up, but one thing that really frustrates me about artificial intelligence is when I'm paying for it and I ask it to do something and it tells me it can't do it because it violates our policies. So I don't know how we're going to get around that. And I understand why, because they don't want people creating X-rated content with their software. And I'm 100%, I don't want them creating it either. But there's a certain line where, we need to know which programs will allow you to go up to the line. You can't, right now where it stands, you couldn't make an R-rated movie with, the current software that's released right now. And some people say that's good, but I actually like R-rated TV and movies and stuff. So you can't you can't do it right now. And I understand why you can't do it, because there's bad people out there who will abuse it and make content to make people more messed up in the head. So is it going to be that fine line? There's going to be that fine line, just like anything, just like the good and bad of the internet. Let me see what we have over here. Yeah, you're right. Who's this? Stream Panda? Yeah, we do need to take a break. Sometimes I leave my editing bay where I'm sitting down right now, and I just go outside. I don't bring my phone. I don't bring anything. I just log off for a while. Everybody needs to do that a few times a day. Leave your phone in the house and just go outside. I recently bought some new walking shoes and probably only used them once. I need to, personally, I need to get from behind these screens and go outside. I used to go outside a lot. I used to just, even if I didn't really walk anywhere for exercise, I would go sit on my porch in the sun. I don't do that much anymore. I need to schedule time, and that's what I tell you guys. You need to schedule some time, maybe an hour a day if you can allot it, where you just put the phone down, you put the computer down, and you go outside somewhere, even if you just walk around the block in your neighborhood. So do that. People do need to get away. I'm sorry about that noise. Yes, that's my wife in the background. She's cooking very loudly. My editing bay is right off of the kitchen. So she came home and just got to cooking. So, but she's almost done now. So, but anyway, let's see. What's this right here? I didn't hear about the new tariff. I've been off the news for a little bit, but I didn't hear about the new tariff on Hollywood. Thanks for letting me know about that. It came out a day ago. Yeah, I'm going to look that up right after we finish this live stream, because those tariffs are, I'm not against them. I think we should, again, no politics zone here, but I'm not against tariffs. But I want to find out what's going on. That's one thing. I've been watching the news in the last few days. That's part of my taking a break. I took a break from the news. Sometimes you go down that rabbit hole where you're watching the news too much and you think everything in the world is bad. You think everybody in the world is evil. You think everything in the world is wrong. So sometimes I take a break from the news. I stop watching it. I don't watch any news, not any news. So I've been doing that for the past week. Sometimes my hand starts shaking and I reach over and I click on the news and I take a quick little peek. Last night, as a matter of fact, I started watching my local news. And when I turned it on, I'm not into sports at all. So when I turned on the news, there was some kind of big story about baseball playoffs or something. And they started the news with that. And so I was kind of happy, because that meant I didn't have to watch the bad news. So I turned off the news and I went back to Netflix and I watched a little bit of this series about that Ed Gein, that's crazy serial killer. I watched a little bit of that. And it's fiction. So fiction is okay. The real news, the real world stuff where people are getting hurt and killed, and that gets to you. That gets to you. You need to take a break from that also, too. I have relatives in my family who constantly watch the news, and all they see is the bad stuff going on. It affects them, it affects me. So everybody needs to take a break from these screens. Even though I'm speaking to you right now on my screen, you need to take a break from me. Wait till I finish, though. And and go outside, walk around the block. Even if I know it's kind of hard if you're a gamer or you're a content creator here on YouTube or any other platform, Twitch or whatever. You need to get up and walk around a bit. You need to get up and walk around a bit. Leave your phone in the house, because as soon as you go outside and you're walking, you're going to be looking at your phone. You're not really decreasing your screen time. You might be decreasing your laptop or desktop time, but screen time is screen time. Even when I'm sitting there watching Netflix, that's screen time. I mean, I'm not thinking. I'm in the consumer mode, and unfortunately, that's where most young people are. Complete consumer mode. They don't create anything. They just pick up the remote or pick up the cell and press play. So that's not good. That's not good. You need to take a break. I take a break. Everybody needs to take a break. Let's see what we got here. You're right. The things that we can do just off the computer are things that previous humans never thought about, couldn't even dream about it, couldn't even imagine. I was listening to a radio talk show the other day, and they were asking each other, where do they think they'll be futurists? Where do they think we'll be in 500 years, 1,000 years? And the futurist said he couldn't imagine. He couldn't imagine. No one can imagine, because just think of the leaps and bounds we've made in the past 10 years. Just think of it. Think back about 10 years ago. I can jump all the way back to I was in college, and I started college in '83. When I started college, there were no desktop computers. None, not one. There may have been some people with early Atari, or was it not even Apple. I remember when the Apple I was released. But when I started college, there were no computers. Some people had some rudimentary desktops. And then I remember Windows came out. A relative gave us a computer that they had bought, very expensive, $3,000, $4,000. And it came with no software. And they didn't know it. They didn't know why they couldn't work it. When I got it, they gave it to me. I turned it on. I booted it up. And it was I messed around with it probably for about 2 weeks before I realized they didn't load any software on it. That's why they couldn't get it to do anything. It was just DOS, MOS, DOS. You had to be a programmer if you were going to create your own software. It was the computer with no software. So once I learned that, then I started learning more. I started realizing, oh yes, you have to get programs that were already written by someone else and install those programs on your computer. Can you imagine a computer coming with no software? It had MOS, DOS, but that just was the operating system. You had to really be a programmer if you were going to even write rudimentary code back then. So little by little, I started learning. And here I am today. Still loving it. Still learning. You're going to always be learning. And it's just amazing. I can't even imagine where we're going to be in 50 years. Just 50. I can't even think of what the new thing will be. What's going to replace Facebook? What's going to replace YouTube? Dare I say it? It may never be replaced, but there may be someone, I guarantee you there's someone working on something that could replace YouTube right now, because YouTube is very successful. And so other programmers are looking at, how can we get in on this? How can we knock them off the shelf? But I don't know. Don't know where we're going to be. So, yeah, thanks for all those questions, guys. I'm going to probably wrap this up. Yes, I'm going to probably wrap this up. I really enjoy my time on Sundays with you guys, and I want to thank you all for stopping in. Oh, the Ed Gein series? Pretty good. It's slow. It was a lower budget than I expected. I honestly, tell you the truth, I almost stopped watching the first episode because it was kind of clunky, the very first episode. And I started watching it, and then it started expanding a bit. So it's very watchable, but you gotta hang in there through that first episode, because that first episode, I almost turned it off after the first 10 minutes because it's very low budget filmy. And the first part, as they're setting up the first episode, wasn't, as a filmmaker, I say it wasn't done well. It could have been done differently. And all films can be done differently. But the first 10 or 15 minutes really didn't grab you and pull you in like what you thought it would. So it's really a character-driven drama. But it's kind of low budget at the beginning. But it gets better. It gets better. I'm on episode 3, and I plan to watch some more tonight. What's for dinner? I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight, but I might cook something. I've been planning on going to the store to get something. Sometimes I like to cook on Sundays. Again, breaks the ice, gets me from behind the computer. I have a bunch of frozen crap that I sometimes eat because I want to eat something really quick so I can get back over here to the computer. But I have to stop that. I want to take some time and cook my dinner. There's a big thing going on now about trying to get away from all the prepackaged food and how bad it is for you with all the preservatives. I know that comes out every once in a while, but for some reason last week I did hear that story on a radio talk show. I listen to a lot of talk radio, and I heard that on a talk radio program that I listened to, and they were talking about how bad all the prepackaged food is for us. So I'm going to try to shift away from it a little and stop being so lazy and cook some of my own food, and eat more salad. That's another thing I plan to do. As you get older, you got to take care of yourself a little bit more than when you were young. A lot of you guys are young now, and so you're not really worried about what you eat. I didn't either. I just ate whatever I wanted. I'm still in relatively good shape for a guy of my age. I'm 60 and still got energy, still have desire to create and share with you guys here on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm about to get up on my 900 subscribers, and I'm starting to focus on my watch hours. I feel my subscribers are coming along. I'm finally figuring things out. I'm writing good thumbnails. I'm creating good thumbnails, writing good lines and summaries to attract viewers, and you guys are joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you. I can't do it without you. I can't do it without you. So I appreciate the help I'm getting from all you guys sharing my content, shooting me emails, telling people about me, and my watch hours are picking up. YouTube, artificial intelligence is starting to send my stuff out more. My shorts are getting bigger. I've noticed a little bit of growth on my full-size videos, which I'm happy about. I even had the confidence to put up 2 new episodes in my regular video feed, and I'm not going to make any shorts. I'm going to be particular with what content I create as shorts for you guys. The ones I want you guys to watch on my video channel, the full-length videos, I ask you to go there and watch some of those. Look through some of my playlists. Help me out. I'm trying to build up those watch hours. The watch hours are tough. I'm about getting close to 1,500 watch hours, so I got a way to go to get to 4,000. And I need you guys' help to subscribe and also watch some of my playlists. What I'm saying right now is something I learned the other day, where I have to ask you guys to watch my playlist and help me build up my watch hours. I appreciate that. And also subscribe and tell other people about me. Share my content, Facebook, wherever. If you like what I'm saying, if you like the stuff that I'm spewing out to you guys, acting, directing, and editing. And then I also, a lot of the content, a lot of the thoughts and ideas I have, I realize that they pertain to everyday life. Sometimes I used to work as a customer service, teaching people about customer service, teaching security officers about customer service and dealing with the public. So that's an area that I really have a passion for also. So sometimes you'll notice some videos on my site now that talk about customer service, because customer service is related to acting. The viewer is your customer. An actor's customer are the viewers. Just like we were talking about the Netflix movie, the Netflix series. The actors on that show, me, as you, if you're watching the show, you're their customer. And they're delivering the director. The viewer is his customer. So customer service is everywhere. Everywhere. So that's why I talk about customer service, and that's why I kind of fancy myself as an expert in customer service. Because one of my first jobs was where I learned about customer service, and I learned about the importance. I was representing the company to the client. I was the face of the company. I did a video about it too. You can go and look my years as a private investigator. Once I graduated high school, that was one of the first jobs I had, and it was kind of weird to get that as a young 20-something-year-old. Was trained with VHS training tapes on how to be a private investigator. And customer service, that's where I learned my love of customer service and working with customers, giving the customers what they want, being professional, being on time, being what the company If you decide to work for a company, go all in and do it. If you decide that it's not for you, leave it. Find a different job. So that's my motto. It's been heavy on the hearts for me and my family because I want to work at jobs that I love. And it's not always possible. It's not always possible. Sometimes you have to work at jobs that you don't love. But again, that's why I'm here now on YouTube, working towards monetization. Because I finally, after all these years, I've been on YouTube for 18 years. And within the last year was when I decided to become monetized and really take this seriously and create content for YouTube and be paid for it. So I really feel this is an avenue that I'm pursuing, and I can make it. And with your help. So I ask you to look at some of my playlists and put it on in the background and listen to it, watch it. I even have my playlist as a podcast so people can, listen to it as they walk around if they want to listen to some of the stuff that I talk about. So I appreciate it. And so I'm going to wrap up for today. Thank you guys for stopping by. It's been fun. It's been great. This was one of my best Sundays here so far. And I will see you again next Sunday at noon Pacific time, Los Angeles time, California time, wherever you are. Do that little conversion and join me on Sunday at noon. But I will be back. I do lives. I try to do lives every day. Short ones, though, not like this. I do a short live, and it's really not question and answer. It's just me getting on, and I give you a tip right up front. I don't make you wait for the tip. Every day I'll get on. I'll have a tip for you. And then I try to get on twice a day. Sometimes I do it, but every day it's at least once a day I'm here on the vertical live, and you will see me here as you're scrolling through your shorts looking for something interesting to watch. You'll see this guy doing a live show, and it's me. I like to introduce myself, give you a little tip about acting, directing, or editing, and then ramble on a bit about what I'm working on. So that's the beauty of YouTube. Why I really, truly enjoy it, because I can get on here and I can talk about what I'm thinking about within those realms, acting, directing, and editing. And so that's what I do, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for joining me today.